welcome everyone who is here and who will be listening to the presentation afterwards after we record it and put it online. The next presenter will be Zdenek Fous from the Czech Republic, and he will be presenting his very new enterprise called LITS Global, where he is attacking two problems. One is the financing of young social enterprises around the world, and another is the education and CSR orientation of employees in large companies. So Zdenek, please introduce yourself and tell us all about your new business.
Hi Menno, hi guys, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I would like to introduce you to our organization, LITS Global, as already outlined by Menno. First of all, I would like to tell you a bit more about the concept, about the problem that we are trying to solve, also the benefits, and then maybe tell a bit more about how the program is structured and what are the social issues that we are trying to solve. So I would start off with what our organization is about. So the very big picture. We consider ourselves a social business, as already mentioned, and we actually strive to stick to the definition of Mr. Yunus. So we stick to the concept of non-loss, non-dividend model, meaning that we try to make money. But any money we make, we either use for our operations or we use it to basically reinvest into our activities. So we believe that our people should have market competitive salaries. So without any differences, whether you work in the financial sector, FMCG sector, or in social business, we believe that people should have very same salaries. But at the same time, any profit we generate, we do not basically distribute to the owners. So that's how we view ourselves as a social business. As mentioned by Menno, basically what we provide is a fully tailored CSR program for corporations, and this program has two main parts. So first of all, we seek to support social entrepreneurs in the so-called developing world, so the emerging countries, and we strive to do it in a sustainable way. And I will say a bit more about that later. And also, the big element is cultural travel trips to those destinations. So basically, enabling people to really see the countries that they visit, to understand the culture a bit more, to understand the habits, the religions, the mindset. So basically, these whole travel trips are about cultural understanding and seeing the countries as they are, not as we view them in the media, or as we view them through different kind of travel trips that maybe focus more on the recreational part than on the cultural part. LITS is basically an abbreviation. Sorry, and it combines four elements, which are very integral to the program. First is learning, so learning of the participants, learning of the companies, learning of the social businesses. So we basically try to connect all those stakeholders and enable them to learn from each other. Then impact, quite straightforward, traveling, as already mentioned, and then sustainability. So that's what LITS is about. I would now like to tell you a bit more about the stakeholders that are part of the program, and basically it's three, which has already been somehow outlined. On one hand is corporations, and we seek socially responsible corporations. So we seek those companies for which CSR are not just, say, three letters on the marketing report or on shareholders proposal, but that truly believe that CSR should be integral part of the company, and that have leadership that really strives to kind of bring the social impact in a true way. So not for just marketing purposes, but really for the social benefit. So that's the companies that we try to work with. On the second hand, there are the participants, which are mainly the employees of those corporations, and those are people that like their job, but at the same time they feel that there might be something somehow missing in their lives. So some kind of social involvement, some kind of social impact. Maybe they don't have time for it. Maybe they don't really want to engage into similar activity for a long term because there are some kind of financial constraints involved, time constraints involved. Basically, we work with people that want to have an impact and at the same time still have their job that they have at this moment. And also people that, of course, like to travel, like to explore new parts of the world, explore new cultures, very open-minded. So that those are our participants. It's actually usually people around, say, 28, 35 years. So somehow along those lines, people that have might have partners, so might have boyfriend, girlfriend, wife or husband. Usually don't have kids yet, and work for the corporations for, let's say, 3-4 years on like middle management and up level. So people that already have some kind of position in the company. So that's the participant. And then, of course, last but not least, stakeholders, social businesses. So those are the subjects, the elements that really kind of drive the social impact of the LITS program, because those are the entities that try to solve the social problem, and are using kind of market-based principles to do that. So those are the social businesses that we work with in the respective countries. If we now look more deeper into the problems that we are trying to solve, and I will still stick to the three stakeholder structures. So for the corporations, the problem we are solving is basically threefold. First of all, it's not very simple for corporation to design a CSR program that would, say, be very compatible with the core business of the company, and would be adding value to the core business, and at the same time would be truly impactful and sustainable. With companies actually find this very hard as we speak to them. Second of all, running quality CSR programs is very time intensive and very demanding on the side of the employees, of the management. So basically, we take care of that. So we provide a solution that we deliver to them. So it would be somehow along the lines that they would develop it with us. So we make sure that it's compatible with them. But then the rest is basically outsourced on us. So the company does not have any kind of operative work connected to it, just the strategy work. And thirdly, companies find it very hard to actually cooperate with employees on their CSR, so to build their commitment so that the employees would actually truly understand and truly believe in what the company is trying to do in the social part. So this program, since the employees, the participants are integral part, it is all about traveling and getting engaged. Then this is actually very powerful in connecting the interest of the companies with the people. So that's on the corporation part. The problem we are trying to solve for the participants is also like kind of three or fourfold. One is something that I already mentioned, that there are many people that kind of want to do good, so to say, but have very limited opportunities, maybe are not really sure what this should be, and find it hard to connect it with their job. So that's that's where the LITS program comes in. Second part is connected to the traveling. So it's actually quite surprising how many people want to travel abroad, want to maybe go backpacking or this kind of, it's called ecotourism nowadays. So tourism where you really focus on the local culture, but they either find it kind of sort of dangerous, so to say, or maybe kind of not very comfortable. So that's why we also take care of it. So basically, we enable those people to experience, to have the full culture experience, but at the same time ensuring a certain level of comfort, of some kind of relaxation, and then of course this whole thing for a reasonable price for them, which is actually slightly lower than what any kind of travel trip, like ecotourism travel trip, would cost. And it includes all the additional benefits, like helping out with social businesses and etc. And I will speak about that a bit later. So that will be the summary for the participants. And for the social businesses, also kind of threefold problem, interconnected. First, very important is that social businesses in general still have kind of big difficulties securing financing, because those are companies that are rather small, can have like say 5 or 10 people or even less, are in kind of risky destinations, so to say, so the emerging countries. So from the point of the investor, those are destinations with much higher risk. Then for the stakeholder benefits, so now we have discussed the problems of the social enterprises, more about the benefits that are actually based on the problems. Again, I would like to start with the corporations. So we provide a CSR program that is perfectly compatible with the core business. So basically, we sit down with the company, we try to outline which industry would be the most interesting for them. Of course, it's usually the industry that the company focuses on. So if you speak with a bank, they will be interested in the financial sector. If you speak with a telco company, then of course something that has to do with telecommunications, etc. And also the country of focus, so where the social business should be located. And this can be connected to maybe a country where the company comes from, or where it has the most business or the most suppliers, or the most kind of interest in the future. So that's where the company says, well, this is the industry and this is the country. And then of course we try to do our best to match those expectations. Then based on that, actually the social business where the employees would go is perfect match with the corporation. It's also very interesting for the employees. So it can be integrated into like a remuneration system or HR benefit system, cafeteria systems. Basically, the company can offer to their top people this opportunity. So if you perform, let's say, in the top 5%, we would be interested in supporting you on going onto this program, which then has, of course, many other benefits. Media-wise, it's very kind of attractive because we speak about social businesses, which is a huge trend. Of course, nice materials, pictures, videos, something that the media can always use. So media-wise, it is very attractive for the companies. And then last but not least, so rather than trying to convince people we seek to do and what we seek to achieve, that the employees would actually be themselves interested and would be convincing the company and would be doing their best to have the chance to go onto the program. So that's where the active involvement comes into play. On the participant side, as mentioned at the beginning, basically what we enable people is to make a difference, and at the same time not really needing to change their job or kind of transform their life around. Just do what they are doing, and at the same time make a difference and bring some kind of social impact through the program and of course through their engagement in the program. We enable those people to experience local lifestyle. So many travel trips are based around the fact of seeing what is to be seen in those countries. So visiting buildings, visiting parks, etc. But many of those trips do not focus on the culture and on the kind of things that are not visible, and we bring this benefit. So basically, what we have is we always have somebody from the social business part of the travel group, and then this person tries to make sure that the cultural understanding is as intensive as possible within the program. So we use local transportation, we sleep at local places, local food. So it's all about kind of getting grasp of how the country works. Of course, it is not possible to understand a nation, within a few weeks, but we still try to do our best to, bring as much exposure to it as possible. The overall idea is unforgettable holidays. So holidays that combine traveling, cultural traveling, doing good, making a difference, and then of course having some time to chill out and to have a rest, because it is still a vacation for the people, that they would normally spend somewhere else. So we try to build this whole thing as unforgettable holidays, so something that everybody would just love to experience. And then the fourth benefit is more connected to like kind of financial part of it. We seek to work with corporations that would truly believe in this program and would be ready to support their employees. I will speak later also about the price of the program, etc. But what we want is that the participants pay for the programs themselves, because we seek people that would truly believe in the idea. But what we also want to have is to have the companies support them. So basically support them in two directions. Firstly, to support them with the program price. So, for example, by offering them to cover the flight tickets or to cover a certain part of the program, so they would not have to pay the whole price. And at the same time, the non-financial would be providing their more kind of vacation time. So say that the people would like to leave for 3 or 4 weeks for the program, and the company would say, yes, we believe in this program. We understand that you would also be working on our CSR, because then we will, of course, use it in our communication, etc. And because of that, we are ready to kind of offer you 1 or 2 extra weeks of vacation. So basically, the people would not have to pay the full price of the program, and at the same time would not have to use all of their vacation for this program. So that is, of course, interesting for many employees. And if you speak about social businesses, it is about funding, of course. So we try to, I will speak about that in a second, but what we want to build up in like a longer term is a fund where corporations would, and also the participants maybe, would invest their resources. And then through this fund, it would be invested into social businesses that will be part of the program. And then all the money invested would, of course, be returned. That's the idea, and that's the whole thing about kind of sustainability and social investment. So it is not about donations or grants, but about investments. Secondly, it is about getting support from social business, from business experts, basically, because as I mentioned, the target group at the beginning, those are people, say, 30, 35 years, middle management position, so people that already have a good career, and those people would join the social business for a bunch of weeks and basically help them to kind of improve whatever it is they are now working on. So that is, of course, a great benefit for the social businesses that rather often struggle with kind of finding talents, etc. It's also about becoming part of a network. So we seek to interconnect those three stakeholders, so the corporations, the employees, the social businesses, and then build up an ecosystem that would basically help all those stakeholders to kind of create more synergies, so to say. So it is not about one social business somewhere and then maybe one corporation that is interested in something, but making this whole work interconnected and bringing the social impact at the end of the this whole system. And then last benefit comes somehow along the lines of the corporation. It is also about media exposure. What do we want to do? We want to, of course, create kind of positive news, create kind of buzz around the social businesses that are successful and are doing great things, and let the world know that they are here, that they are working on something, and that they need support, they need help, they need some kind of resources, maybe both financial, non-financial, just enable people to learn about them, which is of course very crucial for any business. If I were now to speak about the program itself, the program is designed for 3 or 4 weeks, usually, and it's divided in 3 parts. The first part is about traveling, so about exploring the country and its culture. So basically, a small travel group, say 3-4 people, come to the country where the program would be located, joined by somebody from the social business, so a person that they would be working with later on. And then they spend, say, 1 or 2 weeks traveling around, of course, also visiting all the interesting sites, but at the same time putting focus on understanding the local culture, the local problems, also maybe already trying to understand what a social business is actually working on and how they can help them. Then there's the second part. So the group kind of finishes with the traveling, and then becomes a part of the social business team, and then tries to deliver as much value as possible with, say, again, 1 or 2 weeks that they have available. And from how we speak with the people, there usually like 2 kind of extremes. So either people want to work on what they really think they're good at. So say there are people working in finance, and they want to help in the financial field because that's what they feel they are experts in. It's possible. Or there's another extreme, people saying, well, if I work in finance my whole life or the whole year, I do not want to be doing it as part of my vacation, and I want to do something completely different. And that is, of course, also possible. So before the program starts, we sit down with the participants, we ask them for the expectations, and then we try to match it with the possibilities within the social business that the corporation has selected. And then at the end of the program, there's a part where people can just either have their own programs, so maybe travel more, maybe work for the social business a bit more, or just relax, recharge, and get ready to basically back to work. We cover, as far as destinations are concerned, we cover 2 regions. So one is South America, so countries Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia, and then South or Southeast Asia, and that is India, Thailand, and Laos. We want to have more destinations in the future, and at the same time, we just focus on those 6 countries mainly. The program price is 1,650 euros for the 3 program, and this does not include flight tickets and a bunch of other things. So the kind of total price is slightly higher, so say like 2,000 or 2,500 or 3,000 euros. So that's the program cost for the 3 or 4 weeks for the participant. And as mentioned, we strive to work with corporations that are ready to support the participants on this. Here's a summary of the whole thing. Basically, we have the social businesses. The social businesses take care of the participants during the program or during the program. And then, in return, the participants provide their skills, know-how, and their overall efforts to the social businesses. Then we have the corporations that help us to find the right people, the right employees that would be suitable for the program. And in return, the participants, of course, provide them with media material, with reporting about the social business. So basically, they are the eyes of the corporation when working for the social business abroad. And then LITS is trying to take care of the whole thing so that it works. So basically managing the whole thing and also managing the fund, which, as we said, in like a medium or longer term, we want to have some kind of resources from the corporation and then invested into the social businesses where the participants of the corporations would spend their abroad part. So that's the summary of the whole idea. The last thing I'd like to talk about is the social impact. So maybe to summarize the presentation a bit. So it works that we partner with a corporation. This corporation becomes our corporate partner, and then we select employees that would go for 3 to 4 weeks for the LITS program, where they can discover the destinations, learn about the cultures. They can also, of course, support the social entrepreneurs, and then relax, recharge. Social impact both financial and non-financial means. We want to advocate social entrepreneurship as a tool of what we believe are kind of social problems nowadays. So by sending the employees abroad and by having them see and experience the social businesses and see then that it works, that it makes sense, that it really acts and changes things, that's how we want of social entrepreneurship. So by having to see it and then tell other people that it works, about their experience, etc. We also want to somehow kind of enable people experience the diversity. So how it feels, really feels, kind of subjectively and by their own senses to live in an emerging country. So kind of enabling people make their own opinion, own judgment, not based on media, not based on kind of other sources, but just by their own experience. Because we believe the countries are amazing, the people are amazing, and many of the stereotypes that people nowadays have are not valid. You know, so that's why we want to show them the countries and really enable them to make their own opinion about it. And then last but not least, promoting like a general tolerance and understanding. So by mixing up the kind of cultures, by bringing maybe people from the Western countries, so to say, to places like South America or Southeast Asia, to have them see each other, meet each other, understand each other a bit more, which we believe is something that the world needs and will need much more in the future, since it's getting so interconnected and globalized.
So if anyone wants to get in contact with Zdenek, these are the contact details. I have a few questions for you. First of all, it seems like a really great program. What if I'm an employee in a company and I want to join your program? What should I do?
The easiest thing would be probably to get in touch with us, or namely get in touch with me. And then we can take it from there. So as mentioned, I mean, we are in the process of kind of piloting our project. So we are very open to a kind of personal relationship, to kind of deeper discussions. So the best would be to discuss it on a personal basis.
Okay. And what about your personal motivation? Why did you set up this program?
Why have set up the program? Basically, I was in a situation where my other business, which is connected to kind of real estate and visualizations and 3D design, was already somehow sustainable. So it did not require my kind of full attention. And at the same time, I personally also liked some kind of more sense in the business that I was doing, because having a successful business does not always have to mean a business that would fulfill the person that is owning it and running it. And I always had a passion for social business for many years now, and I always dreamed actually of having some kind of business that would connect or interconnect all the passions I have, which is social business, which is traveling, which is learning about new cultures, which is about emerging countries. So I sat down and I tried to think out a way of how this thing can be structured in order to have a business sense, have social impact, and still combine things that I really care about. And that's how LITS was created, basically.
Okay. And how do you want to finance your business? Are you looking for grants? And if so, where? This is a question coming from the audience.
We are not really looking for grants because, as mentioned, one of the fundamental elements of LITS is sustainability, and we do not believe that grants are the way to sustainability. So how we finance ourselves, or how the business model is that we kind of finance ourselves through the program fee. So whenever people go on the program, we have some kind of margin on the program fee, and then we use those profits to spread the idea of LITS and to make the organization work, because also the people that work for us and will work for us in the future want.
Okay. And what types of social businesses do you want to support in your program?
What types of social businesses do you want to support?
Yes.
We want to support social businesses that are aligned with CSR strategies of our corporate partners.
Okay, so how are you looking for your beneficiaries, the companies that you want to support, the social enterprises?
Yes, I mean, basically we try to seek corporations, as I've outlined, that already have probably some kind of activities in this field. So have a CSR program, have a functioning CSR program, and most importantly, seek ways of having this truly impactful and truly sustainable. So it's very hard to say, well, those are the indicators. But when we speak with the companies, when we look at their programs, when we engage with people that are behind the programs, it's actually not that difficult to see what are the motivations of the people and whether this company would be kind of suited or applicable for a program like LITS.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I think this was a very interesting presentation. I wish you all the best with your business. And if there is any way in which people in the audience can help you make your business more successful, what would it be?
Thank you. Yes. We are now in the process of piloting the program, as mentioned. So our goal nowadays is to have a first group of people, say 3-4 people, going abroad on the program to probably one social business, so one destination. And we'd like to have this in August. So firstly, anybody that would be interested in this, of course, feel free to approach us, and then we can see where we can take it from there. And probably second opportunity would be that whenever we have this kind of first case study finished or this first program finalized, we are looking in expanding quite quickly because we are now based in Czech, which is a great country, and at the same time it is a country where social awareness and kind of social responsibility of companies is still not as developed as in other countries of Western Europe. So what we seek to do is probably starting like September, October of this year, we have 3 focus cities in Europe, and that is London, that is Zurich, and that is Paris. And we would seek to have some people there that would truly believe in what we are trying to do, would like to be part of it, then would together with us want to implement this program in their cities, so in the corporations where those cities are located.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much again. I enjoyed listening to you. I hope this goes for everyone. And I would like to finish up this presentation and take the opportunity to also thank you again and to put a bit of a light on our partner, Unreasonable at Sea. We are partnering with them to connect the greatest challenges of our time. Unreasonable at Sea is supporting 11 startups with one crazy journey, a 100-day journey on one ship with 11 startups, 20 mentors, attending 14 different countries around the world, and at the end they will hold a conference to support the startups in Barcelona on April 26th, and everyone is cordially invited to join that conference. As for our own conference, in 15 minutes we will be back with a presentation from Nicholas Yu about globalization as urbanization as a trend that has been going on in the past few years and will continue in the coming decades. And Nicholas will talk about how urbanization poses an incredible challenge to our time, but also a great opportunity for social entrepreneurs. So with that, I would like to leave you and come back in 15 minutes. Zdenek, thanks once again, and best of luck with your business, LITS Global.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys, for your work and for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.